Ubisoft. In an article coming from Insider Gaming, Ubisoft says people are playing fewer games, which makes new games struggle to stand out. Now, that could be very far from the truth because we have seen new games completely standing out if they're good, if the gameplay is good, if the story's good, if the narrative's good, if it checks all the boxes, and of course, the game is very affordable, like below $70, or even if it is $70, but it just offers so much, then people are going to play it. People are going to talk about it. People are going to make content of it. And more word is going to spread about the game. The same couldn't be said with Ubisoft games as of late because they've been having blunder after blunder after blunder, and it sucks because there was a time where Ubisoft games were good. There was a time where it was you were looking forward to the next game coming from Ubisoft. One of the games that I thoroughly enjoyed throughout its time, as you're seeing in the background, was X Defiant. That was one of my favorite first-person shooters that came out from Ubisoft, and the game no longer exists anymore. I feel like X Defiant definitely came out during a time where I think it came out too early. Like the idea is there, the innovation is there, and of course the fun factor is there, but I think the game just came out too early, in my opinion. And if it were to come out in 2025, when you have competition like Battlefield 6, Arc Raiders, and of course ongoing Helldivers 2, and many other free-to-play games that people are continuously playing, it makes it very tough for a game to stand out. So at one point, I will give them credit for that. Like, yeah, it's going to be tough for a new game to completely stand out, but if your game is good, if people enjoy the game, if people have fun with the game, it's going to stand out regardless. And we have seen that time and time again. So, scrolling through the article, couple of points that I want to highlight, and this is one of them. Wasting no time, Ubisoft representative directly said that consumers are playing fewer games, and the ones that they do play, they're playing for longer, which means that new single releases are struggling to compete and achieve sales they may once have had. Now, with that, I don't know how I feel about that one due to the fact that people are playing fewer games. I listen for those who work a normal job, like a 9 to 5 job. Your time is very limited, so you're probably gonna play about maybe 2, 3, 4, even 5 hours of a game. You rest and you go back to work, and that's about it. Like if you're if you're a full time employee, you're not dumping a lot of hours into gaming. Like at best, you're pretty much doing maybe like on a work week, maybe 3 to 4 to 5 hours at max. Then on your days off, then you're probably doing more hours just to catch up. I usually do that with games like my single player games. And when it comes to like multiplayer, I pretty much just do about maybe 2 to 3 hours and then I'm just done for the night. But with that, like again, if the game is good, I'm going to play it. But your average consumer, I feel like Ubisoft is very out of touch with the average consumer, like the average gamer. Like there are those that have full time jobs that are or full time students or both, and they're just not going to have a lot of time to play, you know, a lot of games. They're not going to have a lot of time to buy a lot of games. So there's truth in that, in that regard, which I will agree with. But overall, and we're going to go to our next point, the traditional full game model of selling a single 50 to 60 euro game to a consumer as a one time purchase continues to become less ubiquitous, with multi game subscription services, long running games as a service titles, free to play games, and cloud streaming offerings, all providing new and attractive ways for consumers to access gaming content. Consumers are playing fewer games, playing them for longer, and as a result, outside of a outside of a few notable exceptions, many new games are struggling to stand out and achieve the sales they may once have had. While the market is more volatile and the potential for any specific title less predictable as a result. Again, as I said earlier, if the game is good, if the game is checks off all the boxes, people are gonna pay it. They're gonna play it. It's that simple. I'm seeing it with people who play Battlefield 6, who are also playing Arc Raiders, or people who are playing Battlefield 6, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and Arc Raiders, and maybe they'll do some Marvel Rivals. Like there's a lot of variety, which I will give credit to the article that yeah, a lot of people are playing fewer games, and that's because we don't have a lot of time to sit down and play a lot of games, and then of course buying games. Like I have a huge backlog of games that I just do not have that time to just sit down and play. But if there's a game that I am highly anticipating that I really want to play, that I really want to sit down and dump hours into, I will do that most certainly. And I have done that recently with Digimon Story Time Stranger. I've put in over 85 hours into that game. After the game released, I just got straight onto the game. I dropped any other single player titles that I was playing at the time, and I just focused strictly on Digimon Story Time Stranger because that was a game that I was anticipating. That was a game that I really wanted to play, and I played it, put my hours into it, and I'm like, all right, I'm done until they bring out the DLC, which is coming soon. So for the time being, I'm moving on to another game and just having fun with that. And yeah, I'm just going through the backlog. But the fact that they're saying that people are, single player, single title games, they're not selling as much because it's hard for them to stand out. As I said, if the game is good, people are going to go out and buy it and play it. If it's good. And that's the thing that Ubisoft fails to not get is like, y'all really don't know how the average consumer mind is. Make good games, people will buy it. It's that simple. And last part, and I love this part in the article. Ubisoft's report sounds a little like whining and less like a pragmatic approach to to an ever-changing market. Where some developers have bucked up and sorted out their direction, like Embark Studios with Arc Raiders, a live service game that is currently $40 brand new. Mind you, $40 live service game. With years of potential, Ubisoft seems instead to want to rely on the old ways of single releases supported by some DLC. It's also ironic given that Ubisoft boasts of ownership of one of the longest running live service games in the business, Rainbow Six Siege. Like imagine, like you're saying all of this, yet you still have one of the longest running live service games, and that's Rainbow Six Siege, which has lots of content, lots of replayability. People enjoy the game. Like if the game, as I said, if the game is good, people are gonna go out there and go buy it. They're gonna play it, and move on to another game. It's just that's just how gamers are. Like we buy games, we play them. When we're done playing them, we're gonna move on to another game. If there's DLC coming out for the game, then hey, we'll jump right back into it. We'll reinstall the game, and hey, we'll check out the new content, replay the entire game all over again, and just have fun with it. And I think Ubisoft needs to understand that when you make fun games, people will buy it and play it. So, anyway, guys, y'all let me know in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on this? This was a very funny article to go over, and honestly, Ubisoft, y'all just need to do better. Make good games. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, guys, until next time, as always, y'all let me know how y'all let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.